Noes 29, the bill is passed.
Turning to page 24, Senate Bill 1027, a bill to amend and reenact various sections of the code relating to cannabidiol oil and THC-A oil, permitting of pharmaceutical processors to manufacture and provide. Bill has an emergency clause. It was reported to the Committee of Courts of Justice with the substitute. And, Mr. Speaker, there also there are floor amendments.
Gentleman from Fairfax, Mr. Albo.
Move the committee substitute, please.
Questions on adoption of the committee substitute. As many as favor that motion will say aye. Those opposed, no. The substitute is agreed to.
Speaker, next I'd like to move the floor amendment. Basically, the floor amendment creates a date by which the regulations implementing this need to be passed.
Clerk will report a floor amendment.
Floor amendment offered by Delegate Albo to the committee substitute, line 157. Line 157, after the word act, strike within 280 days of its initial enactment and insert by December 15th, 2017.
Gentleman from Fairfax.
I move that amendment, please.
The questions on adoption of the floor amendment offered by the gentleman from Fairfax, Mr. Albo. As many as favor adoption of the floor amendment will please say aye. Aye. Those opposed, no. Floor amendment is agreed to. The gentleman from Fairfax.
Mr. Speaker, members of the House, there's no House version of this, so let me tell you what this thing does. I think it was 2 years ago, we did not legalize cannabinoid and THC-A oil, but we said that if you have it and you have intractable epilepsy and you have a doctor's certificate saying so, that you will not be prosecuted for possession of marijuana. For those of you who weren't here, cannabinoid oil and THC oil are an extract of the marijuana plant. 98% of the testimony that we heard in committee was that there's no psychotropic effect from this stuff. What it does is, in people with epilepsy, is it reduces seizures. What was really interesting, I think probably everybody who is in the courts committee would agree, the evidence of recovery from these kids who've come to us is really quite unbelievable. One girl, Haley, 2 years ago, who came, she had spent, she had 300 seizures a day. She had spent her entire life almost asleep because the drugs she took to stop the seizures were making her sleep all day, which then caused her to be developmentally delayed because you can't learn anything when you're sleeping all the time. I never even saw her stand up in all the times I saw her, and then here she is, comes to my office after receiving this type of treatment, and she's got a personality, and she's awake, and she can even stand up. My constituent, Tommy Elder, 24-year-old man, was in the emergency room 17 times last year. Once he started on this therapy, he's only been in the emergency room one time. And then Jennifer Collins, the young lady who came and spoke to us, absolutely remarkable. She said that she's pretty much eliminated almost all her seizures and has very, very few recurring episodes. So if you ever think that you don't do anything to help people down here because it's just a bunch of blah, blah, blah bills, this is something that actually is really making people's lives much better. So and what this bill does, I should tell you. Speaking of blah, 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 right? This creates a distribution mechanism so that people can get the CBD and THC-A oil, but it's under government regulations, so we don't have people growing marijuana and selling bags of marijuana. They're only going to be growing it, creating these two types of oils, and then creates a distribution mechanism so the patients can get it. It will be a pleasure to the House to pass the bill.
Shall the bill pass? Clerk will close the roll.
Ayes 99, no 0.
Ayes 99, no 0. The bill is passed.